What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into The Flash issue 799. Granny Goodness has stolen the third child of Wally West. Brand new to this world, taken right out of the hospital. Little baby Wade has been taken to eternity. And so Wally West gathering up a team made up of Gold Beetle, Mr. Terrific, Hourman, and a handful of other individuals. All of them loading up into the newly developed T-ship by Mr. Terrific. This is a rescue mission for the ages. And there are some huge reveals in this comic that you guys are not gonna want to miss out on. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are picking up with our team. The newest member of the team being OBM. Accidentally running into him. Omega Bam Man, he had been hit with a Nova Punch during one of the most recent wrestling events. This caused him to launch outside of time and space. It just so happens that they were lucky enough to run upon him. And so now OBM is on the team. We see the T-ship pulling into eternity. But when they arrive, what they find are two giant monsters battling it out. One of them is none other than Mr. Atom. Recognizing that the situation may be just a little bit heavy, they begin to move into Plan B, with Mr. Terrific getting them to the ground. Kid Flash, Mr. Terrific, and Wally West, they are headed inside, while everybody else, they are facing against the others. And while most of the team, their jaws drop down to the ground when they hear that they are the ones to take on these colossal giants. All except for Gold Beetle and OBM. These two are always looking for a fun fight. And so landing on the ground, our team heads out. While Wally West and the others, they head to Granny Goodness. Upon opening the door up, they're not sure exactly what they're gonna find. The Palace of Eternity was once home to the Lord of Time. And when our heroes get inside, they are met by Granny Goodness and three young children. Three super-powered young children. Wally West wasting no time, he runs in. But as quickly as he goes in, as quickly as he is shot back. Recognizing he can't simply run in and grab Wade. They're gonna have to figure out a little something else here. Meanwhile, on the outside, we have Gold Beetle that is just ripping through the head of Mr. Atom. OBM and Gold Beetle, they are just decimating these titans. The rest of the team, they don't even have to do anything. They simply are sitting back and just watching. They are watching in disbelief as these two just dominate the battlefield. But with these two colossal monsters falling down to the ground, they believe that they had won. They believe that the game is over. That's until they look up to the sky and their new threat stands right before them. OBM and Gold Beetle wasting no time, they are more than ready for this fight. And so while they are having great success on the outside, Wally West and the others, on the inside, they are having a very hard time. These kids are much more powerful than they had ever anticipated, but they are also trying to pull their punches. They're not trying to hurt these kids, they're just trying to get past them, with our team just getting thrown around by these teenagers, which she refers to as the Furious. She had found them, she had trained them, not to be part of Darkseid's army, but an army of her own creation. She takes this opportunity to run off and she goes through the Forever Corridor. Having enough time to slip away, she is going to start Wade's little journey along with the others, telling the kids to kill them all. Wally refuses to let anything happen. He refuses to let Wade get away, saying that he will never have one of his kids taken again. Never again. He runs as fast as he can and he goes into the Forever Corridor. With Granny Goodness having the Eternity Mind, she is able to twist and turn this corridor in any way she sees fit. She believes that the Flash would never be able to catch up, and that by the time she is on the other side, she will have enough time to be able to fully train Wade in the way that she wants. And this is where we see Wally West move faster than the Eternity Mind. He moves faster than anything and everything before. With his infant child in danger, we see Wally West break the speed he has ever broke before. Hitting Granny Goodness across the face, he's able to grab Wade, and we see the destruction of the Eternity Mind in the same moment. With Granny Goodness recognizing that she is easily going to be defeated without the Eternity Mind, she takes this opportunity to disappear. But Wally doesn't even care about that. Having Wade in his arms, that is the only thing he is focused on. But with destroying the Eternity Mind, he now has to hightail it out of here. The Palace of Eternity is now slowly beginning to fall apart. With him coming out of the corridor, these other children ask where Granny Goodness went. At first, they believe the Flash had killed her, but he lets them know that that's not the case, even though he really wanted to. That is not how the Flash operates. And when it comes to these kids, they are very unique. Granny Goodness had told us that one of them is a Lord of Chaos. Another had been taken from under the seas. And the last one, he had been stolen right from the mother's womb. He tells these kids that he's not sure where Granny Goodness went, but he also lets them know that none of these kids are orphans. You were all stolen from somebody that loves you. This is when Wally says to scan one of the kids. With Mr. Terrific doing a scan, this is where he learns that this is in fact his son. The son of Mr. Terrific, stolen at birth. Having no idea, no clue about this from the very start. But the problem is, they don't have any time to really go over this. With the palace collapsing, they have to make their escape. And so with the kids coming along, they all take off to the ship. On the outside, we see that everything has been defeated. OBM and Gold Beetle making one heck of a tag team. And so with them taking off, we pick up a little bit later. The T-ship coming over Wally's house. Nobody knows what they're gonna tell the people of Earth. The people that they love. Because at this point, they have gone through so much. While for Linda and everybody on Earth, it was only a single day. The T-ship had been damaged. In that damaging, they found themselves out there in time and space, or outside of time and space, for much longer than they anticipated. This is where it shows that Wally West has a beard. Very long hair in comparison to what he usually has. And while we don't get the story of their adventure throughout this little time and space gap that they had, that'll be a story for another time. With Wally West being down to the ground, Linda wondering where this beard came from because it was only a day ago that he left. But he says that that is a story for another time. That he is just happy to be home with his wife, with his kids, and with Wade. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Definitely a quick but fun issue. With issue number 800 right around the corner coming out next month, we can assume why this story arc came to a close so quickly. It's always fun to see OBM, him and Gold Beetle getting along was probably some of the best part of this comic. The two of them just click so well together. The most revealing part of this comic is where these kids came from. Now we can assume the water-bending, meta-human if you will, he seems to have the powers of Atlantis. It only makes sense, an underwater attack, it's gotta be something along those lines. The other child being a Lord of Chaos. That's gonna be an interesting develop to see where that goes. The biggest reveal though is that Mr. Terrific's kid was here. Stolen by Granny Goodness as soon as it came out of the womb. This is interesting because Mr. Terrific has struggled for so many years not having his family. It has been the cornerstone of his whole existence. And so how they're gonna play this moving forward is going to be quite interesting. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with this series, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with The Flash. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.